What is sailing by the lee, and why is it dangerous? Well, normally when you're sailing, the mainsail and the boom are set on the downwind or leeward side of the boat, like in this example. Here you have a boat sailing on a port tack. The wind is on the port side, and the mainsail and the boom are set on the downwind or leeward side of the boat. When sailing downwind, it's the same. Here we have a boat sailing downwind on a port tack. The wind is coming from the port side, and the mainsail and boom are set to the leeward, which in this case is the starboard side. When we're sailing downwind, if we continue to bear away to the point where the wind crosses the stern, then the windward and leeward sides will switch. The starboard side will now be to windward, and the port side of the boat will now be the downwind or leeward side. When the wind crosses over the stern is normally the point where we would execute a jibe. We'd swing the boom over to the other side of the boat and continue sailing downwind on a new tack with the boom set on the leeward side. However, if the wind crosses the stern and we don't bring the mainsail over to the new leeward side of the boat, if we leave the boom on the windward side of the boat, this is called sailing by the lee. Sailing by the lee can also occur wing on wing if you don't maintain that dead downwind course, as shown here on the right. Sailing by the lee is a precursor condition to an accidental or unintended jibe. When sailing by the lee, the wind can get behind the mainsail and violently swing it around to the leeward side. Some boats, especially small dinghies, can sail by the lee safely. Boats without stayed masts can even bring the boom forward of the mast and sail by the lee that way. Racers sometimes sail by the lee as a way to avoid jibing, sail in clear air, or maintain the right-of-way. But for most sailors, sailing by the lee happens accidentally, either from a wind shift or lack of attention by the helmsman, and if not corrected quickly, can result in a sudden accidental jibe.
Alright, I'm sailing by the lee. Generally not a good thing to do. Pretty dangerous because the boom could come over at any time.